This episode of America the Podcast is brought to you by America's newest subscription service, the Real American Paid Politician Program. Hey there, friend. You look glum. Are you an ambitious CEO who's tired of pesky, well-meaning politicians getting in the way of your private world domination? Are you fed up with paying lobbyists millions of your hard-swindled American dollars to push your personal political opinions? Well, have I got a solution for you! Introducing the Real American Paid Politician Program. With the Real American Paid Politician Program, you can say bye-bye to worrying about which way your paid-off patsy will vote. Our paid politicians are not only loyal to whatever cause they're paid to care about, they're guaranteed to win any election or your money back. Yes, we've got everything from senators to governors, and you can even pick from our list of presidential candidates when you subscribe at the Dodeca Premium level. And if you act now, we'll throw in a city council person who can help you strip mine the resources in any town of your choice. If you're still unsure if the Real American Paid Politician Program is right for you, check out our recent rave reviews from both the Republican and Democratic parties. That's the Real American Paid Politician Program, available wherever freedom is sold. Your 12-month subscription will automatically renew each year, often not valid in states with ranked choice voting. You were married twice, right?
Yes, indeed. Once in the 1960s and once in 1919 to one Edith Wilson.
The First Lady?
Indeed. She and I have been having quite an intimate affair for quite a while, and then, well, Woodrow Wilson had a stroke and died, and then her and I got married, then found out neither of us could be president, so we told the world that Woodrow Wilson was fine and just resting.
Woodrow Wilson did not die.
And I was not done. I found out that I could not be president, nor Edith, when the Illuminati headquarters came by to check on us. When they saw that Woodrow was dead, they, well, gave me some of the Illuminati cure-all and we brought him back to life.
Holy shit.
Shortly after that, Edith and I divorced and we pretended like the whole thing never happened.
Dang, that is crazy.
And a tragedy. Woodrow Wilson was a racist piece of garbage and should never have been president. Edith would have made a good president. Probably. I don't know. Those were different times. Racist times, in fact.
Just like now.
Just like always.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you think we'll ever have one of those national divorces Marjorie Taylor Greene's always cackling on about?
You mean the one she claims won't result in a civil war or economic collapse in the red states? No, I do not.
Well, I mean, they made the movie Civil War.
Indeed. Movies are made with the intention of warning the public of the future. That's why we've made so many zombie and vampire movies. America does not know what's coming for them.
Right, but you really don't think it'll happen? I mean, red people and blue people are so pissy at each other. Don't you think might be better off, or what?
Tuh, would we be better off? Absolutely not. No one in this country actually wants a national divorce. Only Marjorie Taylor Greene and a handful of right-wing chuds are the ones yelling about it.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of guns.
Tuh, so does the United States military, my friend. Don't you worry. Cousin Jacob or Uncle Rob from Podunk, Kansas aren't going to bow up against the United States military anytime soon. They just want to play soldier to feel important because they're divorced.
Yeah, a bunch of divorced psychopaths with guns though, dude.
Indeed, and who do you think sold them those guns?
I mean, a gun show, inheritance, gun stores. I mean, I think you can just find one on the grass in Texas.
If you're referring to the one on the grassy knoll, we picked that one up. But no, I am referring to weapons manufacturers. Where are they located?
I would guess the United States.
And you would be correct. The United States produced more than 13.4 million guns in 2022 alone.
Oh my god, that's so fucking many guns, dude.
And these gun manufacturers want to keep selling said guns to all of the right-wing chuds that like to shoot off their guns in the middle of the forest pretending to be army men, because the Marines would never take them.
Yeah, Semper Fi, I guess, but does that mean the military-industrial complex is the only thing keeping America from going into full-blown civil war?
Well, look who figured out the iron triangle of these United States.
The hell's an iron triangle?
Well, it's kind of like one big game of if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. In this case, it's Congress, the Defense Department, and defense contractors. Congress greenlights money, gives it to the Defense Department, who then hires these contractors, who then lobby Congress.
God damn it.
It's a beautiful capitalistic scheme. I couldn't have done it better myself, and I did, at least most of it.
Didn't Dwight Eisenhower warn everybody against this when he left office?
Indeed he did. Here's the audio.
Wait, when did you learn how to cut clips?
This morning, I learned how on TikTok.
Alright, I'm keeping my eye on you.
As you should. Anyways, here's Ike. And let's get a little music going too, shall we?
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together. During the long lane of the history yet to be written, America knows that this world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate, and be instead a proud confederation of mutual trust and respect. Such a confederation must be one of equals. The weakest must come to the conference table with the same competence as do we, protected as we are by our moral, economic, and military strength. That table, though scarred by many past frustrations, cannot be abandoned for the certainty agony of disarmament of the battlefield. Disarmament with mutual honor and confidence is a continuing imperative. Together we must learn how to compose differences, not with arms, but with intellect and decent purpose. Because this need is so sharp and apparent, I confess that I lay down my official responsibilities in this field with a definite sense of disappointment. As one who has witnessed the horror and the lingering sadness of war, as one who knows that another war could utterly destroy this civilization, which has been so slowly and painfully built over thousands of years, I wish I could say tonight that a lasting peace is in sight.
Wow, that was really intense.
Well, war is intense.
Yeah, and we seem to be at war, like, what, all of the time?
Almost literally, yes. In the glorious 245 years these United States has existed, the United States itself has been at war for 228 of those years.
Jesus.
And that's thanks to a couple revolutions, a civil war, Hitler, and then the military-industrial complex the rest of the time.
Oh my God, is there anything that can be done to stop it?
Probably, but that would require everybody involved in the 110 armed conflicts currently going on around the globe to just suddenly get along. And considering that will never happen, and considering the fact that the war machine manufacturers in these United States and the lesser world abroad have a vested interest in war, you can expect that these wars around the globe and any future wars will never cease.
So what's the fucking solution? Get rid of the gun companies?
Well, you could, I don't know, nationalize the gun companies, thereby making it Congress's job to decide whoever gets an influx of weapons, and thereby getting rid of any sort of private war. But then again, that could just make it a hell of a lot easier for the United States to fund wars around the globe as well as other countries. And it's not even the United States anymore. Egypt and the United Arab Emirates are involved in the Sudanese war right now, and until one of them gives up, the Sudanese war will never end either. All the while, people starve and die. And it's all thanks to the military-industrial complex.
You say that like you're proud of it.
Oh, I'm not. It makes me sick to my stomach every single day. I'm just overly enthusiastic on everything that I say.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but don't you also have investments in gun companies as well?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not an idiot. That's like leaving money on the table in the United States.
Then why not divest from these firms then, man?
Because someone would take my place anyways, so I might as well make all of the money I can and give it to causes that end war.
That's a shitty capitalist reason.
That it may be, but war is shitty, my friend. And I personally would love it if it would end, because that means there would be more people left to give money to me through consumerism.
Again, a shitty capitalist reason. then.
Thank you.
Oh my god, what was the point of today's episode?
I don't know, kind of a filler episode, I guess, since next week is the Democratic National Convention.
Oh yeah, should we have just waited till next week?
Oh, probably. You never know what might happen. Joe Biden may run into the Democratic National Convention, grab a folding chair, and knock Kamala Harris out of the presidential race. But then again, if he did that, I'm pretty sure Tim Walz would put him in a figure 4.
I would love to see that, especially if Ric Flair could get involved.
Ah, indeed. Do you hear that, Democrats? You need to make the Nature Boy proud. I myself will make Nature Boy Ric Flair proud by telling you thank you for listening to America, the podcast with me, Theb and Tim, the embodiment of and only hope for America, and equal to Ric Flair. Don't forget to register to vote at vote.org and remember to tune in every 2 weeks for America, the podcast in your favorite podcast app. And leave a 5-star review or I'll send Ric Flair after you. I will be in your ears again soon. For now, and as always, good night, and good fight, and woo!
It's America, the podcast!
You've been listening to America, the podcast, the original series. The show stars Tim Phillippe and Thebadiah starred the embodiment of and only hope for America as themselves. Any additional voices heard in this episode were portrayed by the fabulous cast of voice actors listed in the show notes. The amazing America, the podcast theme song you are listening to is by Timmy Two-Step, and all other music and sounds heard in this show were procured through Story Blocks, Pixabay, freesound.org, and Sonus. America, the podcast is recorded at Shway Media Studios in Austin, Texas, and is mixed and edited by Tim Phillippe. Executive producers for this show are Alana Matos, Tim Phillippe, and Thebadiah Stard. For more information, please visit shwaymedia.com and americathepodcast.com. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.
This has been a production of Shway Media, all rights reserved. For more information, please visit shwaymedia.com.